Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is take two. So I've been having some little technical difficulties recently. So let me just very quickly check that this is actually working this time. And there's some. Oh, thank goodness there is. Okay, so this video is a little unusual for me because I'm talking about golf. So, what if the relaxing game of golf, a stroll across green hills with friends or colleagues, suddenly became part of your job description? So, yes, usually I'm reviewing Korean novels on this channel. That's mostly what I do. I don't usually talk about other things, but several months ago, I wrote this little article for a Korean newspaper. And so I thought I'd turn it into a little video for the channel. So, yes, hello everyone. I am a Scottish guy living in South Korea. And today I'm going to be talking about the rather surprising role, or at least it was surprising to me, the surprising role that golf plays in Korean society and how it's quite different. From back home in Scotland. So, as a Scotsman living in South Korea, I was initially thrilled to discover the country's passion for golf. So, a sport that, of course, originated in my homeland. I'm just worried. I've been having so many technical problems on my channel or computer or something. Please be working. Anyway, I was thrilled that golf, something Scottish was popular in Korea. I was genuinely excited to see how Korea and Korean people had embraced the sport. And embrace it, they most certainly have. So golf here it's huge. However, my initial enthusiasm was very soon tempered by some quite surprising insights from several of my Korean friends and colleagues. So, golf in South Korea, I have learned, is not just a leisurely pastime. It's a very complex social ritual that's deeply woven into the fabric of corporate life and culture. So in Scotland, golf is usually or often seen as a relaxing escape. It's a chance to enjoy the greenery and the nature, a chance to unwind. It's often something people focus on more after they retire. And it's all about fresh air and leisure and letting off some steam. But here in South Korea, the story seems to be quite different. The sport, so like I said, very popular, carries a weighty significance. So it's a status symbol, it's a networking tool, and for many professionals, it's a quasi obligatory part of their job. So one of my students, and I won't say the names of any of the companies these people work for, but you'd probably know the names of these companies. But one of my students is a CEO at a major Korean company, shall we say, and he has confided in me that his weekend golf games usually feel more like an extension of his work week. Time, and there's some and he thinks they're time consuming, they're tiring, and generally quite far from relaxing. And for many Korean professionals, golf isn't just a weekend hobby; it's an extension of the work week. And I've heard this from CEOs, from lawyers, from department heads. They're all expected to play to some extent or another. Sorry, it's so hot here. And look, I'm using my Scotland mug as well today to keep with the theme. Anyway, so you really can't overstate the role that golf plays in South Korean corporate culture. Well, why is that? So it's golf here is a networking tool. It's a means of building relationships and fostering trust, and sometimes even sealing business deals. But it also comes with a not insignificant amount of pressure. So the expectation to participate, to perform, to socialize, even when you're exhausted. And the department head of another company told me that playing golf is almost mandatory. There's an expectation that comes with his position in his company. He's just expected to do it. It's seen as a way to bond with colleagues and superiors outside the usual confines of the office. However, this integration of golf into the professional sphere obviously has its downsides. So, a corporate lawyer I tutor at a third large company has expressed feeling pressured to participate in these golf outings. So for her, I mean, she would probably rather spend her precious weekends at home with her family and her young children, but and even if she wanted to play golf, what could be a pleasant recreational activity becomes a source of stress and obligation. And I recently spoke with another student, again a CEO at a big Korean company, very famous Korean company, who shared something that genuinely surprised me. So, like many executives here, he's expected to play golf, and usually him and his golf buddies, they play on a Sunday morning. But here's the twist. He and his friends and his colleagues, they spend the entire round drinking soju and beer. And by the time they've finished 18 holes, he's usually completely plastered, much to the frustration of his long suffering wife, who he very amusingly told me is always annoyed when he stumbles in the door on a Sunday afternoon, more than a little tipsy from playing golf and drinking beer all morning. And even for a Scottish guy like me, Scottish people are not exactly known for turning down a drink. Getting drunk during the game is pretty unusual. So in Scotland, golfers might enjoy a couple of pints or a whiskey or something, a glass of wine or a gin and tonic, in the clubhouse. After finishing after they finish playing, but usually not while they're trying to line up a shot on the putting green or something like that. But in Korea, the golf course can, according to this student, feel more like a bar or a pub than a sporting location. So anyway, while golf is a symbol of prestige here, it is also it's a time-consuming and it's an expensive hobby too, right? So you have green fees, you have the gear itself, of course, golf clubs and whatnot, and travel, right? Traveling to different clubs and locations and courses. And this exclusivity, that can be a barrier for many people, right? That limits the sport's accessibility. However, there are signs of change. So the rise of like screen golf and indoor golf simulators and driving ranges has made the sport more accessible to a broader audience, including young people and women who are increasingly taking up the sport and excelling in it. And it's making golf more inclusive, more fun, and perhaps less about status. But of course, these young people, they bring another sort of status seeking to the golf course, because it sometimes seems like the young people want to use the golf course as a location to take selfies and make social media posts that show them wearing the golf outfit on the golf course. So you have this different kind of sort of status aspect to the playing of golf in Korea. Another aspect that's worth thinking about, especially in Korea, which small place, very quite densely populated, is the environmental impact of golf courses. Golf courses need a lot of land, of course, also a lot of water. Those greens need to be watered properly, and a lot of chemicals. And the construction and maintenance of these vast green spaces, that requires significant resources, and this raises questions about sustainability, which we're told these days endlessly that we've meant to ask about everything. And while some courses are adopting eco-friendly practices, the debate continues here as it does elsewhere on balancing the sport's popularity with environmental stewardship, shall we say. Still, there's a reason that golf continues to grow here. Korean golfers, so professional Korean golfers, and especially women like Inbi Park, are dominating the sport competitively at the international level. And their success is inspiring a new generation of younger players who see the sport differently. So it's not just a sort of a corporate tool, for climbing the business ladder, but it's just a game to enjoy with friends or to enjoy competitively. And so anyway, golf in South Korea is a fascinating blend of tradition, of status, of modernity. And for many professionals, it's a necessary part of their career, a tool for networking and relationship building that often feels more like work than play, which is very sad. But the sport's evolving landscape offers a hope for a more enjoyable future. But as a foreigner, I'm a guest here in Korea, I'm a visitor. And as a Scottish person living here, it's been enlightening to see how this beloved sport from my homeland has taken on such a unique and multifaceted role in South Korean life. So, what's your take? Is golf in your country seen as business, pleasure, or both? Have you got any insight into the Korean golfing, community? Let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this perspective, give the video a like if you feel like it. And don't forget to subscribe usually for reviews of Korean books, but you never know. I might make more culture videos. But anyway, see you next time on or off the golf course. And thanks for watching. Take care. Hopefully the audio worked and there was no technical problems this time. Please let their audio have worked this time. Anyway, take care, everybody. Goodbye. See you in the next video, which will probably be a book review.